Why does our sense of smell have the ability to affect our mood, especially as the seasons change?
So our sense of smell is more directly tied to the parts of the brain that process emotion than any of our other senses. And it's because of this unique link that when you smell something, you immediately feel a sensation. And it's that sensation that really motivates and inspires a mood and an emotion in you. And at this time of year in particular, while we're looking for a transformation because the weather's changing, the leaves are changing and so forth, it's a really great time to bring scent back into your life to get that inspiration and motivation.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your job and how you became an expert on the sense of smell?
Sure. So I am an expert on the psychological science of scent. I have been studying scent since 1990, so a very long time. And I have done, basically almost 100 different experiments looking at how smells are evocative of emotion, why they're different from our other senses, looking at the brain end of things, looking at the behavioral end of things, looking in natural situations, looking in laboratory situations. And everything that I have found has shown how our sense of smell really inspires and evokes emotions differently than any of our other senses. And people tend to overlook our sense of smell. And I think that that's really unfortunate because it really is the color to life. It turns the color on otherwise a black and white existence. And we really should really embrace how smells can really give us everything that it can give. And so the sense of smell is really, what really powers the moods and emotions and feelings and connections we have with other people in the world around us.
So interesting. Can you tell us some of the fragrances that people are drawn to in the summer and the fall?
So, for example, in the fall, because we have the changing season and the cooler weather and, the leaves around us and so forth. So Glade this year actually has come out with a new special autumn fragrance limited collection. And the sort of sense of apple, sense of pumpkin, sense of caramel, cinnamon, patchouli, all those scents are really sort of reflective of the season, and they're great to kind of bring into your home to kind of invigorate and remind you and really set the mood of the season.
Is it important to change your fragrances every season or every month, or what do you suggest?
Well, as a function of the fact that, fragrances really can change how we feel, I definitely think it's a good idea to bring new fragrances in. And we don't want to keep a fragrance around for too long because unfortunately, the more we smell it, the less we can actually perceive it. So you want to definitely change it up because when you can smell it, that's when it's really inspiring and evoking emotions and moods in you. So definitely, just a couple of months at most, and you don't want to have the scents on all the time, which is why candles I think are perfect. So you're not having, a scent coming on continuously, but rather you can light it to set the mood, or you can just use a scent, here and there to kind of inspire you, but you don't want to have a constant bombardment. So because otherwise you won't be able to get the perceived inspiration from it.
Is it possible to layer scents?
Definitely we can layer scents. So I think that's actually a great idea. And that can also make it more unique to you. So for instance, maybe you like to use, a pumpkin blend with an apple blend, or maybe you want to bring in, flowers from outside, or, burn wood in the fireplace. All those kinds of things together can really be special and also separate you from someone else who's using fragrances as well. And so when people come into your home, they really get the unique your home, the Jhana experience, for example. And so that can really also be a good thing to do because then people feel like they're creating their special kind of signature ambience. And that's also good for you yourself because then you have your own scent of the home that's really you.
Great. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me about scents?
Well, I just think it's really important to know that of all of our senses, it's the one that's most directly tied to emotion and memory and really who we are. And I really, people often overlook it, and I really want to drive that home. And for any more information that you want about the season's new scent, then please go to glade.com.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jonna.